But now I think we are live, so let's get into the game on Nuke right here. We're at the semi-finals here, the January Cup for FACEIT, and well, we got fnatic with one stand-in, and Nameless, which used to be Recursive. It's Kenny and the gang. France versus Sweden once again. Let's just see how this is going to play out. And actually, it looks like they... Have they? No, they have a knife already, I'm sorry. This is the knife coming up, important.
Here we go. So, Nameless, as you said, they really, really want to win this one. And as we have...
the mini-map.
As we have them setting up their line there, let's see if who can get the first stab. And both, I mean, who's going to go in first? Looks like it's going to be fnatic just diving into that choke point there, but
they are going for it.
They are going for it.
Oh,
2 stabs apiece is still pretty even, though.
I love the fact that the round time here is an hour long, so they can go at this for a really long time. Definitely. I wonder, is it in the rules?
They're trying to get up on the silo as well.
Has anyone had the foresight to write this into the rule that there's like a limit for knife rounds? Otherwise, the players could just like completely troll and draw it out for like 30 minutes or an hour. What is going on here?
Because the players who run away, I mean, you can usually catch them because usually they're like looking backwards and they don't take perfect lines. If you've ever played a racing game, you understand you can eventually catch someone who doesn't take the perfect lines. So it looks like fnatic are actually gonna get that knife round. So. There you go. They're going to go to pick CT side. They're going to stay, and it's going to be Nameless who have to start on the side, which no one really does like to start on, typically, because as you mentioned before, it's a CT-favored map.
Well, they can still make up for it on Nameless side. If they win the pistol on the terrorist side, they can be off to a good start, but a lot is still riding on this. I do still think JW Shah is... That must be Schneider. So I'm guessing he's just trolling us slightly. A. Lindbergh is Exist. And then we've got Pronax, Devilwalk, and Flusher. That's the fnatic side. On the other side is DMX, Kenny, David P, Uzi, and Happy. And they make up the French team. So let's just get it on right here on Nuke and see if it's going to be a good pistol round for Nameless. It needs to be.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. You can see JW, nice little position. They're looking over that crate. And there is one up from Silo. He's going to get assaulted, and Happy does take JW right down. This is going to be tough now for fnatic, losing JW really early on outside, and they are extending their ground over to T-Red and pushing down into Secret, covered by the smoke. Down goes Kenny S into the Secret, but it's just Kenny S and one other, and they have Uzi holding the lobby here with the bomb. So this is a really tricky play coming in from Nameless, who looks like they're now trying to see if they can catch a rotation, but fnatic are holding well.
Are they going to go Vents and Hut? It looks like they're setting up for it. Happy's kind of pushing the ramp room, but they might be doing this. Yeah, there's one coming up the Vents a little bit. Pronax is looking in, but he's pretty much the only one covering this bomb. So that's a nice shot outside onto DMX. It's a very important kill, but now they're putting down the bomb, and look at this. fnatic are out of position.
They certainly are, and the bomb does go down. Nameless are on this. It's a 4 versus 4 right now. And let's see if Kenny S... I mean, this is quite a nice position here. He's going to drop down into the Vents, and Happy vigilant over this lobby area, looking for the rotation from those players of ramp. Crosshair is going to walk in. Is he going to take down Exist right there? And Pronax also...
Oh, Pronax Uzi there. He actually runs in. That was a little bit of weird position because Happy should have been covering Uzi, so big misplay from Happy. He comes in to make up for it, but the bomb gets defused. Devilwalk was in there. Oh, great play from Devilwalk, and I mean... Some real guts to be just sitting down in the middle of the one side defusing like that, but it works out for them. Did he even have a kit? No, he had no kit picked up. That was a blind defuse. 10 seconds while they were fighting it out. Oh my god, that was very, very weird. fnatic now with a pistol round win and a really big problem for Nameless. They get the bomb down, but actually they still go for the second round armor buy here. So that's also interesting.
Yeah, it looks like Devilwalk is going to be sat there. He might see a lot of action. There are a few players trying to peek in through the smoke, but not much they can do right there. Kenny S, meanwhile, up on the silo, going to catch JW again. JW once again caught out in that position by the P250 of Kenny S, and now Devilwalk spamming through with that FAMAS, that smoke on ramp, and it looks like so far that Nameless, I mean, they did take down JW, but it's still a lot of work to do with just those pistols against the one P90, 2 FAMAS, and the 1 M4A4 there on the CT side. And Kenny S jumped around onto the dog walk there and managed to take down Flusher as well. Beautiful round from Kenny S so far. Wow. And fnatic getting picked apart.
Kenny's on a mission right now. It's going to be Happy taking down Exist outside, and all of a sudden, it's Pronax and Devilwalk in a 2-on-5 situation. Very cool play from the Frenchman here. Pronax going to go down as well. The Swedes right now, they're being slapped all across the map, and it's going to be Devil Walk alone in a 1-on-5 here with the FAMAS, and there's really no way out of this situation. What a quick turnaround, and this makes it all of a sudden a very, very exciting match. We could be seeing a completely different game because of this second round.
Wow, and I almost feel like, I mean, JW on the outside there, I mean, he got picked off so early on by KennyS, and that really allowed KennyS to just easily traverse across the top, and that really like started to allow them to dismantle the Fnatic side, which is really interesting how that kind of came about.
Check this out, though. What is this? 5 grenades being bought in the EQ round here from Fnatic. Oh, I wish they would all go outside, but I'm wondering, I think they're hoping to just do a lot of grenade damage and maybe bring this round back. I wish they had all gone outside just because it would have been so funny. And there are actually now 3 people on here, so if they had delayed with the grenades and maybe throw them all at once, it could have been beautiful, but I'm always just dreaming about that grenade kill.
If JW is good for the Frank here, he's going to meet some players very soon as they approach on the angle. JW spots 3 at once. There comes 1HE. And looks like they won't like push main just yet. And GMX are taking control of outside. And that is so much space controlled by Nameless right now. And Fnatic kind of pinned into this upper bomb site with just pistols and grenades. 2 grenades left. 1 on Exist, 1 on Flusher, and they're looking up at Cat there, and Happy's just spamming away.
Yeah, this is great as well. Happy's sort of clearing the rafters while they're pushing up outside. Kenny's going to come in with a kill. Good grenade comes out, and Kenny's going to explode, but I'm not sure it's enough. Flusher and Exist down inside the bomb site, trying to battle it out, but wall banging and everything coming through. It's not going to work out here. The Frenchmen have the round, even though JW, I think it's actually still Schneider. I'm imagining this is Schneider.
Yeah, that should be Schneider, shouldn't it? Yeah.
I think he's just trolling us a lot.
That is
Happy's going to get the triple. It is confusing, but again, you know, kind of also well played Schneider, because, you know, Exist is a stand-in for JW, and Schneider decides to call himself JW. That's like that's an elaborate form of trolling. It is.
Mm-hmm. It is quite unfortunate for us. It's so, because I want it to be JW, because then it's just so easy, because I read the name that I see. It's like, all right.
It's never easy. It's never easy.
Oh, KennyS with that headshot onto Schneider. And there is Exist trying to close in, and KennyS just dismantles him as well, just removing his head from his torso there. Pronax might catch GMX. Look at that. But it's not going to be quite enough. This just Devil left.
Oh, grenade from him. Oh, and Kenny gets the grenade. That's the triple kill without taking a single point of damage. Happy is still wall banging even though everybody is dead. So
yeah,
the best he could hope for was a team kill. But
so this is good though. I mean, we got Nameless. They're taking a lot of rounds on the T side here. Things haven't really gone too badly for them. It was that second round after the pistol where KennyS just opened up Schneider and then just slowly they systematically took down the players one by one of Fnatic, and they've built it into this now. We're seeing an AWP from Schneider, or
all right, well, we'll see how this is going to go out. 3-1 situation, and is it? Schneider's a Lindbergh? Is
yes, and JW is Exist, which makes more sense.
They are just trolling on a really high level. Yeah, I was wondering as well because, you know, Exist is Richard Lindstrom, so I was really confused, but I'm just generally confused right now. The Swedes, they're owning us when it comes to this stuff. But you're right, this is definitely very interesting. 3-1 situation. The 5th round is coming up, and there's GMX outside, taking down what we believe to be Exist. And that's obviously a great kill, and that was Exist. If that's true, then that's Exist with an AWP. That's a really unusual sight.
He is trying to be JW. He's naming up as JW and everything, but he can't quite cut it just yet. And GMX really opening up the entire map with kills like that. It allows him so much. And, you know, KennyS can just go below ladder, takes down Devil Walk on ramp. Flusher and Schneider making their way out secret, taking down GMX, retaking that area. But in the meantime, we have Nameless just dropping down onto the lower side. They're going to get that plant, and it looks like Fnatic are so close to taking this back. Oh, but KennyS again with another beautiful tap onto...
Now look at this. Oh no, they broke the doors. There we go. But they do close them up finally. A little bit of confusion there. And this is great. 2 people inside of Toxic. Going to be very confusing. David P hiding in the back here. He will go down, but now they have to dig out 2 people. And the thing is, once they check it, they're not going to exhume. There's another one. They're going to look for Kenny somewhere else. Diffuse comes in. Kenny's right behind them. Is he going to peek out? He's already got the double. The fake Diffuse gets spotted, and there it is. Kenny with the triple. Now a one-on-one here between Pronax and him, and Pronax does get the kill, and it's too late. What a play from Kenny, and what a play from Nameless. This is smart because the natural instinct, once you check Toxic and find a player there, is to assume that's it. Kenny's probably going to be somewhere else. And he could have been vents, he could have been up by the ramp. A lot of other angles for them to look at. And yeah, heads up play. It's like, you know, one of the oldest tricks. It's like the standard trick on the little hole, you know, the little groove in CD Archer and Inferno. Like that's like the other spot which is used so much for that kind of strategy, and it's just such a classic, and it just works so much. No matter how much you've seen it, it always catches you. Yeah, a very, very good play, and it's going to make it 4-1, and worse still, Fnatic are now back to ecoing. They just don't have the money, so this is a fantastic start for Nameless. Devilwalk, they're going to be taking down David P outside. Fnatic kind of need to stop the French team right here. If not in this round, then certainly in the next one. 5 rounds is more than enough for Nameless to have a really good terrorist half here. Certainly, and they do not look like they're stopping the momentum anytime soon. Here goes Kenny S. Oh, just turns around at the last second there. The wrong timing, but look at this little stack on Secret. All the players there with those pistols. Let's see what they can do with it. They got Kenny S and GMX pretty much dead. I mean, GMX with 21 health, Kenny S with 4, and Flush is going to go up ramp now. And here they go, straight through lobby. And I know what the plan was here as well. Unfortunately, Devilwalk died, but they had actually a pretty good plan here for Fnatic. It's a strategy I saw this last 5 months ago, maybe, and I've actually been wanting to see it ever since. So we'll just wait a little bit. Pronax and Snyder coming in with 2 really good kills. That's going to leave Kenny alone almost, well, Happy alone almost. Kenny's almost dead. Fnatic are doing this. They're retaking this. Kenny S, he is almost a non-factor with such low health, but it is Kenny S. See what he can do. And Happy goes through, takes down Pronax. That's a huge kill there. Can't quite finish off Snyder, though. And it's going to be Kenny S now with the nade up into heaven. Can he find the frag? He does onto Flusher. Great frag. It's now 1-on-1. Here he goes around the corner. Go, Kenny. Run for it. Oh, and he finds the frag onto Snyder to take down the round. And what a tight round it was. That was in the absolute last seconds. It had just went to 2, and it was going to be 1 on the clock, and then he gets the headshot. Brilliant play. What Fnatic wanted to do that round is they wanted to have Devilwalk outside spotting, and he was going to be in the garage. And then when he sees somebody by T-Red, all his teammates down in Secret, they all rush up at the same time. But because Devilwalk got killed before he even got that far, it really didn't work out as well. But that was it's such a cool strategy, and I've seen it in pistol rounds too. It's yeah, it's just a really cool both eco and pistol round strat. Definitely worth trying sometimes. CJW there up high on top of ladder, looking for those shots next to T-Red, seeing if anyone's going to cross. And Flush has got the position as well at the window. And actually, they are working outside with 3 players. They've got Kenny S and Happy. They're going to try for the boost. Again, it worked out so well the first time, but I think the defense is stronger here. And Flush, it might just spot the legs. He does spot it. Such a hard position for Kenny S, who goes down. Good plays there from Flusher. Lovely position. And now their offense outside is getting a bit weaker. That was a key player just taken out. Yeah, I love the idea though, but look, the fact is no matter what happens here, if Nameless don't get a single round for the rest of this half, they will have still done a good enough job. All the pressure right now is on Fnatic, so we can applaud them for doing well, and we should when they do, but they are fighting way from behind at the moment. They need to step it up right here and right now, otherwise the Frenchmen could end up making the finals instead of them. Certainly, they really, really hurt the players over at ramp, and they're even going to just fall back onto some more defensive position, more defensive positioning, as Pronax holds down the heart with style, takes down the bomb as well, 1 up from the vents. Going to take, for example, the revenge frag, and Happy just running up and spraying, will just secure heaven there, grabs the second frag, looks for the third, but Devilwalk with the response. And that is a nice save from Devilwalk. And that's 2-5 now, and Fnatic are coming back into this. And we have to remember, like, that one round that was won, who was it? Was it by Schneider in the last moments with like 2 seconds left? Yeah. How key that was. That was the 6th round. If they lost that, then they would have no money. It would be 7-0 probably. Yeah, something like that. Potentially, I think one of the most manly plays we've seen all tournament from Happy there, just climbing the ladder while holding down mouse 1 and getting the kill. Very cool stuff. It's an AWP being purchased by Kenny. Yes, they have the money to do that. And Fnatic still just need to keep fighting. They are way behind, and every round from here on really matters. Exist, he may have a lot of trouble here. This position was actually given away outside. He's got to be careful that he doesn't just go down really fast. We've seen that can really hurt them. If Exist falls quickly on outside, there's just Nameless just have too much space to control, and things just get out of hand really fast.
And you can see a lot of spam coming from Nameless, just locking down the radio room and spamming into that ramp area. And fnatic are holding strong so far, not really wavering in their positions, just sticking to their guns. And
the one click, and there's GMX outside, and all of a sudden fnatic are looking way worse off. They've done good damage early on. Flusher with a flashbang in, but he can't really capitalize on it. This is a big problem for the Swedish team. Now, Pronak's going to come out here, do a lot of damage, but he doesn't quite find the kill on GMX, and if they lose this round, it's hard to see how they can come back, really.
It's tough. Good kill outside from Flusher. Going to try to find something else. He hears the plant lower, and this is going to be so tough. 2 versus 4 right now, Flusher and Schneider. Flusher in the vents. He's going to be looking every corner to try to find those shots, and is that too toxic again?
Yeah. They are, and Happy comes up from behind. I mean, everything is just working against the Swedish team here. Schneider going to be the only one left alive and should be able to get a kill or maybe 2 here, but more importantly than that, he needs to save this rifle because I doubt he has very much money, does he? Like, yeah, $300, so the very, very low economy coming out here from fnatic. This is a terrible start. I mean, it looked like it was going to be so good for them as well, winning that pistol round and getting to start on the CT side as well. Just a great start. And then in the second round, the French just brought it back immediately. 6-2 as a scoreline is devastating.
Yeah, that second round was honestly a really, really beautiful round from Nameless. I would love to see that again. And 6-2, the score indeed is looking ever more grim for fnatic. How are they going to bring it back? They got Schneider right now, who is... He has that rifle still, so he's going to be a key player in this round to try and take things back. And it can happen. We've seen it happen many times.
Yeah. Oh, wow. If we got that kill on Kenny, that would be such a big opening. They're stacking up 4 people inside this bomb site, just hoping that Nameless are going to try and push it because that's really all they can do. But right now, the French, they're weary as well. They're really playing
nice.
Well.
He got the finish with the grenade. Finally, very, very nice there.
I was going to say they're playing really cautiously, but of course walking into that grenade, and almost David P, I mean, he took a lot of damage as well, so it's a great grenade.
Schneider going to he's going to reinforce the ramp area now. And here we go, they're going to push right on in. Uzi going to take one down. The trade is there from Flusher. They're holding strong actually, but Happy manages to take down the flanker on Hut. And here goes Flusher in for the push. It's a player on Squeaky. And they are closing in, but it's a 2-on-2. This is such a huge round right now for fnatic. They absolutely have to win this one.
Yeah, they definitely do. 2-on-2 situation. Here's Schneider defending, gets the one shot, and next up in line is Happy. And they actually both in here, so very good rotation coming out. There should be the end of Happy.
Such a good round.
Yeah, good communication coming out from fnatic. Finally something working in their favor. 6-3, a long hole ahead of them. That's an absolute minimum requirement. They need to make this 9-6, but even then it's tough.
Yeah, and you have to hand it to Schneider that round too. At the start, it looked kind of shaky in not being able to quite finish off. I'm not sure which player it was, but I think it was Kenny S. Kenny S got dinked down to like 5 HP, managed to find the nade frag eventually, and that really helped massively. But here we go, we've got an aggressive push, run outside there. Kenny S though, he reads it, he gets the headshot, looking for the next one, does find it. There's more aggression from T-Red, and Kenny S with that triple, beautiful play there. Pronak's coming in now, he's had enough of Kenny S's shenanigans.
And somebody needs to stop Kenny, that's really all it's down to. He's way too good right now, even with the A-Ken. This is not even the AWP Kenny that we're seeing, but he should be shot at the back. He actually makes it around the corner. Kenny, is he going to escape? He will!
Bulletproof.
How on earth did he make it out of that situation? Now the bomb goes down and it's a 3-on-2, and Kenny on 1 HP is still actually a factor in this game.
Yeah, you can't count him out. Devil, he can't even get in from heaven. He's smoked out. Like, how can he even push through that? They know he can come from that angle, and they have enough players to cover it. They've got 3 left alive. Oh, there you go. One shot found onto Kenny. 16 health left. Has to find the head very fast of one of these 2 players that remain for the T side. Does catch Uzi. There's one more. Can this be done? David P going to come out from the height. He's got to go. He's got to go now. Spraying with the AK. Catches the first and the second defuser. Boom.
Oh my god, the double from David, but really that was all down to Kenny. I think with a little bit of luck, we have a replay of it as well. 7-3 the scoreline here, but let's check out if we can get the replay online. All right.
There we go, bit of a
game.
technical issues there on the replay, but never mind. 7-3 the round score. Nameless are powering through Nuke right now on the T side. fnatic are struggling, and they've got to find answers. They've got to find them soon. It's going to be Schneider who's going to try his luck with the Deagle. Twist turned it around with the Deagle before. Can Schneider follow suit? It's going to be tough pistols against these AKs.
I don't know what is the answer when you are this far behind on the CT side of a map that supposedly should be CT favored. The French are just there. This is really upsetting. I would have thought fnatic for sure would have been the absolute favorites here in the tournament. Like, I mean, this should be fnatic's tournament to win, especially because of you know, Titan sort of, you know, backing out at the very last second. Really feel like fnatic should have just seen this as a way to get in and win some money and, you know, crown themselves champions of the January Cup. But it doesn't turn out this way right now. They're so far behind. They need to step it up, but it's hard when they're all playing at this level.
There you go, Happy going to take down Devil Walking. I guess, you know, not having your full team can hurt the morale sometimes as well, not having JW there. Ronak's going to find himself at the mercy of Izzy, but Crosshair going to be in with some frags, runs out of bullets, unfortunately. And I mean, actually, if you look at this, if he gets lucky with the Deagle, nice kill into Happy. I mean, 3 players with 1 shot, like body shot on Deagle, that would actually fall, but Kenny S is going to take down Schneider. So 8-3. What do you do, Anders? What do you do?
I don't know. Do whatever you can to kill Kenny. He's 18-0-5. He has a ridiculous ratio right now. This is really overwhelming. No assist either, which means, you know, whoever Kenny decides to kill, they're definitely going to die. Not leaving anyone on like a little bit HP. They seem to be all headshots. I'm really wondering what his headshot percentage is. Can we? What happens if we swap to Kenny? Can we get a look at that?
Let's have a look. Find Kenny. 20%.
No, that's Trent. Oh, one up. We should be able to do it.
There we found an 55%, and it is no surprise. He has been finding those heads so easily. It just happens to Kenny S.
Yeah,
doesn't even need to
really
resort
well, hasn't he?
To that AWP.
Now it's kind of just falling apart for fnatic here. They're trying their very best, but we're still looking at a 1-on-4 here. Getting one person even disconnecting at some point, but this seems like just a complete breakdown of the Swedish team. They're falling apart here. Nameless, yeah. Again, you know, a team that did make it to you know, to DreamHack Winter, and I think also qualified for Intel Extreme Masters, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, this is a team that some organizations should definitely consider giving a name.
Oh yeah, it's a very, very, very powerful lineup. We can see the potential, the confidence as well in these players. I mean, they don't get rattled easily in hard situations. You can see the composure that they have. It just generally looks like a lot of class coming out from them. They have such individual skill. You can see such a strong pace from them as well. It's just a joy to watch, honestly.
Yeah. It definitely is. And well, apparently JW's internet died, so it's not really JW, but you know, you know. Well, that's trying to pretend. If it was JW, I mean, I think we'd have seen some really good orbing action outside. Like he tried to lock down, and the power of having that, especially on this map, would be that there's a good chance they could probably leave JW alone out there, and then they could focus on defending elsewhere on the map. Right now, they have to commit a lot of people to defending that courtyard. Yeah,
I mean, we saw Exist out there early on, and we saw him kind of guarding it from the top of the ladder, trying to like look in with the AWP when he got it, and he just kind of got destroyed, really. I mean, well, it just wasn't going his way, at least. And it's probably like a position, like you said, a bit, you know, not really his normal role. So it's not really surprising that it's going to take a while for him to maybe find his feet in that role against, you know, such strong players who are playing at a very, very like a blinding pace, honestly.
I mean, Happy's doing well. He's got 13 kills and 7 deaths. That's all right. But the rest of the team, you know, we're looking at 5, 8, and 9 kills on Uzi, David P, and GMX respectively. And then we've got Kenny with 18 kills. Kenny's just like, he's just driving this victory home. And if he can play like this, then, you know, it's no surprise fnatic are struggling a little bit.
Of course, and the thing is, we haven't seen any AWP on them because they're just keeping that, like they're keeping that pace, really. They're just keeping this really, really strong, like, I mean, because we constantly see their pushes time very well with outside and ramp as well, but always Kenny just gets the headshot straight away outside without fail.
And, you know, if it's working with the AK, and it obviously is, then why would he change it up? Like, why not just keep fighting like that? And there's no reason really for him to switch anything around. Still waiting on the final player to disconnect or to reconnect back in. But I really do feel like, you know, Nameless have already done more than enough. I don't know what would fnatic would do to come back into this. Obviously, winning the pistol round in the second half is absolute key. Yeah. But apart from that, this is like a mental change as well. I'm really wondering if they've just shown up, maybe expecting to win, and then maybe being a little bit too confident here.
It's possible, and again, I want to really throw in there that if you don't have your full lineup, when you get put against the wall, it can really feel hard because I don't know, that experience, that kind of cohesion, the kind of chemistry that you have with your teammates. I mean, that's what really like pulls you up when you're in a very bad situation. And so fnatic, they're not going to feel as comfortable with a lot of their strategies as well because one of their core players is just not there. So it's like, how do you fill the gap? And there's always going to be, like, as good as Exist is, there's always going to be the fact that he doesn't quite feel the way that the team plays nearly as well as JW does because he's a part of the team. So it's really hard to play around. So I can really understand any struggles that they may be having with that.
Absolutely. Absolutely makes a big difference. But still, I feel like that excuse is part of it. But right now, it also just feels like they're losing some duels that they shouldn't.
Yeah, that's very true.
They're just, I mean, if it's Kenny, that's a problem. If the problem is that he's going outside and wrecking the whole team every round, then maybe try and deal with that. Either, grenade him down when he comes out there, smoke him off, or do something else. Make sure you can deal with Kenny once he's out in that courtyard, because right now it feels like they're trying to take one-on-one duels against him, and he's obviously beating them. That's the problem.
It happens, right? You just like there are times when you run and you're going to kill everyone because you just feel so good. You run out and everything connects. It's like you're in the zone. Kenny's clearly hit the zone in this match, so it's hard to compete with that. And I guess you can let them take over outside if you can just hold on to ramp. You should be okay because we saw a lot of situations where they would take outside. Then they would have just free roam outside. They could go ladder, they could go secret, or wherever they wanted. And fnatic aren't really playing anyone on secret. And on ramp, we also would see often that they would lose a player there as well. So it's like they kind of get sandwiched into this upper site, and they can't really go anywhere, and they get kind of out positioned. So very, very tough so far that they can't hold on to either very, very, very well against the French team here. Yeah,
we'll see how it goes. Hopefully soon we'll be back into it. Players are saying Justin Bieber has been put in jail in the meantime. Can anyone confirm that?
Okay, so apparently Get Right might be stepping in. We might have like a rotation of NIP players, everyone making an appearance here for fnatic. Maybe Get Right, who, by the way, of course, I'm sure a lot of people have seen the HLTV kind of series of articles there where they did the top 20 players of 2013. Get Right, of course, was #1, followed by Forest and then Shocks. I think, and then he was after that was Dozier, and then it was...
What's that, MBK or something?
NBK, yes, MBK, yeah.
Man, so, okay, I mean, obviously Get Right on top, I think it was hard to not see that coming. There was a question, like a slight question, it was going to be Forrest or Get Right, but I think a lot of people thought it was going to be Christopher on top there. Yeah. And maybe Richard hasn't died at all. Maybe maybe his internet is just fine. Maybe fnatic just figure, if we're gonna get a stand in, let's pick up Get Right. Why not? I mean, we're behind. We need the firepower.
Yeah, that is quite an interesting one. I mean, Get Right, of course, has it's much easier, I guess, to throw Get Right in a team as well because you can kind of let him do his own thing and just be like, okay, Get Right, you do this thing, and we'll just stay as a team, and you'll kind of interpret what we're doing, and that's fine. And he'll thrive in that atmosphere. I mean, that's probably one of the strengths of him. I mean, that's what you always see him do. He plays by himself like a champ and just works with the situation. I guess he's one of the best players when it comes to awareness and game sense. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Yeah,
and he does play a little bit more solo role even in an IP, so I think you might be right. That could be a pretty good stand-in to have. Still waiting for it to be confirmed, though, so we'll just, take a little bit of a break. I mean, not an actual break, but you guys can go and get something to drink and maybe just get some snacks or whatever. And invite your friends, of course, to come and watch some Counter-Strike here. This is a lovely evening in Milan, and we're just
yeah, it is,
hanging out in the FACEIT studio.
We are indeed. So, Anders, how is things? God,
how is things?
The grammar errors. I'm supposed to be a native speaker. I'm supposed to be able to speak properly. And I mean, there are so many, like, for example, you're not a native English speaker, but you do very, very well for yourself. So I really, like, you can have an excuse if you, like, make an error or something, but I really don't have an excuse. So I'm just there to embarrass myself. But that's fine.
Try one more time.
How are things going, Anders, over at Fragbite?
Well, I mean, the Fragbite tournament just ran really, really well. They definitely did. And I feel like... I feel like they showed us something which, when it comes to like online cups and stuff like that, and the production crew did really well. I feel like it's something we're starting to discover more and more now in Counter-Strike, is that it really starts to matter whether or not you have good production or not. So, and that's something we've been lacking a lot, because for like a large part of 2013, apart from your Dream Hacks or your Raid Call EMS 1 Cups, stuff like that, it's really just been me in my bedroom for a long time.
Yeah.
And that's not really production. You know, it's fun times, but it's not quite the same. So, and when you then look at StarCraft and Dota and League of Legends, it kind of feels like they all do a really fine job of producing high-quality content in terms of casters and all that stuff, but also the production is up there. And that's important. So, I mean, it's great that we're seeing more and more people who do production also want to do production for Counter-Strike. That's important.
Definitely.
So yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing what they're up to up in Sweden once the new season starts off again. How do you
think things will shape up for 2014 in this regard? I mean, you know, Fragbite kind of came into play with their studio kind of late into 2013.
Yeah, they did.
Mean, there should be. Do you think there'll be lots of other organizations out there with similar ideas? Have you heard anything?
Yeah, I mean, even in 2013, like late 2013, I spoke almost every week. There was like a new organization that contacted me saying, do you want to work with us in 2014? You know, let's create something, let's build, a new tournament or whatever. I want to do something, both European and American organizations. So I imagine that hasn't changed, especially considering the success of DreamHack Winter as kind of a vector for how strong this community really is. So yeah, I definitely think that in 2014 it's going to be even better. It's going to be exciting. And the thing is that nobody could know how well it would have gone for DreamHack Winter, but the timing of DreamHack Winter is so good because right at the end of the year is where everybody starts to negotiate contracts for the upcoming year. So every sponsor that has to invest into an esports title sits down at the end of the year and thinks about, how well are we going to be doing? Where do we want the team? Where do we want our money to go? Obviously, League of Legends and Dota 2 are some of the really big names out there right now in terms of how much exposure you get for investing into a title. But I think we've shown now that if you invest into Counter-Strike, there's a significant return on that investment. Definitely.
So is there anything that you'd change, like anything that you want to see different? Could be in the game or just could be the way tournaments work or, whatever, anything? What would be like one of the big improvements?
There are going to be a lot of challenges in the upcoming year. Definitely, I feel like for big tournaments we need probably more casters in general for Counter-Strike. Like we need more people involved in it. So I mean, also like on a regular basis, and we probably need more spectators. We need dedicated spectators that know how to work the cameras really well and know how to use all the different functions. Because the fact is, when you're spectating and casting at the same time, the quality is going to be like a little bit less. If you have a dedicated spectator like you do for StarCraft and League of Legends and Dota, every other esports has that. When you have that, you can produce like much better quality content. So that's going to be important, and it's really difficult. It's actually a really difficult job, even though it seems like it might not be. It's harder than you might think. So that could actually be something for you guys out there. Maybe if you really want to do it, then spend time doing it. Write up your resume, show someone or explain to somebody why you're good at it, and maybe somebody's going to hire you for it.
Definitely, yeah.
It could be like a real job. I mean, it could be a real job for someone to do, just be like the Counter-Strike spectator. It exists in every other sport, so why not?
That's true. And actually, Get Right has joined the server, guys.
Oh,
so
wow.
Looks like both teams are saying that they're ready to go, so we should be jumping right into the action very shortly. Of course, it's 9-3 in favor of Nameless, and Get Right stepping in to take control, to take charge of the situation. He stepped into this scoreline. I don't think he's going to be happy with that.
The AK-wielding and baguette-eating Frenchmen, they're crushing the Swedes right now. It's devastating. Yeah. fnatic definitely, I think, the favorites to win this month for the FACEIT Cup. But right now, Nameless has something to say about it, and I think any minute now we should be ready to go. And we're moving into the 13th round, so it's still the first half of the game.
Yep.
A lot can still change, especially when you get right as a stand-in. But let's just see. It's not quite ready yet.
It's still 9 rounds for Nameless on the T side, 3 rounds for fnatic on the CT side, and just waiting for the unpause here from the admins, and we're going to jump straight into the match. And you guys can see it on the screen behind us.
We need like a stand-in admin as well.
Exactly, yeah.
We need every kind of stand-in that we can
Exactly, yeah. We need hundreds of admins, just an army of admins. Really.
It's actually another job that's needed as well now that we're talking about spectating. Like adminning is a very hard job, and I don't envy the people that have to admin in tournaments in general because it's really heartbreaking kind of work. It's hard, but
it requires you to have to put up with a thankless job, a lot of patience, a lot of you have to know all the rules, so you have to actually study and you have to be very authoritative and based on the rules that you know. And that's actually like a hard combination to find because it's kind of like probably one of the crappiest jobs, I suppose.
It is.
Because basically like no one really shouts out the admins. Like they don't really get the.
You only know who an admin is in a tournament if they do a bad job.
That's
people
also
complain
very
about
true,
them somewhere. People are like, "Oh, this guy is an idiot." Then you know everyone is like, "Oh yeah, that's the admin. Great." If they do a fine job, everyone doesn't care. Man, that's sad.
So true.
But no, I definitely think the landscape is looking really good for 2013. Yep. There's no reason to believe. Or 14. What year are we in?
This is 2014.
It is, isn't it?
you made a joke earlier about going back to the future, but
time travel.
Yeah, time travel is a thing. Anyway, I mean, considering the fact that the universe is so unreliable as the whole -12 spiel, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that is a new thing coming up very soon. But finally, it seems like we're about to get live here. Or actually, are there more issues? Seems like we are.
Oh, well.
We're just swimming in the.
I'm not sure what the holdup is. The teams seem to be ready. The admin is just hopefully going to unpost the game any second, and then we should be good to go. So just a deep breath, everyone, and then we'll resume any second now. Maybe this is like an ebot thing. I think it might be ebot who's ruining things for us. So.
I'm just like...
the players, they have such a good sense of humor, though. I'm enjoying that chat. Earlier, they were talking about whether or not to support Justin Bieber now that he's either in or out of jail. Nobody really knows. Then they were doing rock, paper, scissors to decide who would win the match, and it was GMX and the Frenchman who won it. And now they are just generally having a good time.
Yeah, it's hard for me to actually speak because I'm trying to like follow the madness. It's kind of crazy, some of the stuff that's been going on as you described. We'll get there. We'll get there in the end, so don't worry, guys. You can vote still. I mean, people might want to adjust their votes even. I mean, after Get Right has jumped in now for Fnatic's side, it's 9-3 in favor of Nameless on the first half. So there you go. You can go use those hashtags you see on the screen below, and you can vote for the team that you think is going to be the victor. So far, Fnatic. It's gone down to 54%. I think maybe Get Right's jumped in. That could skyrocket despite this horrendous scoreline for Fnatic.
It definitely could. And now we have got confirmation. It's not the admin that's being just an idiot. It is actually eBot that's tricking us. I've seen this happen before. Like eBot is such a great tool. Every tournament needs to run with some kind of bot to make sure that you can restore the games and all these funny things. But sometimes it gets really confused, and then you have to try and force it to remember that this game is in a different state than it was in, and it just doesn't listen. And then then instead of eBot being like this tool to help your tournament, it's like holding the game hostage, and you can't stop it,
more or less.
So hopefully that's gonna be just fine. But you're right, it's a little bit unfortunate here. We're losing some of our momentum. We need to get back into it.
We'll get there soon. It's going to be all right. I'm convinced of it. I mean, worst case. I mean, this will take like another 5 minutes, I think.
Yeah, pretty nothing terrible.
It shouldn't be too.
You know what's cool though at home now that since you asked about how things are going in general, I've got my green screen up and running.
Oh, so, awesome!
I can have fun with that. Definitely enjoying it, and
do some lights and stuff as well.
Yeah, I've got decent lighting now actually, so it seems to be working properly. So I'm gonna try and do some magic with that.
Nice. You're gonna. Yeah, do the kind of creepy, because it is kind of weirdly creepy until you get used to it. Yeah. It's like your head's just like popping out in the game. It's like really, because I've been doing it as well. It's like once you get used to it, it's awesome, but it looks a bit weird at first.
And that's just because, and it's fun for when we're casting tournaments in general, but sometimes I do like matchmaking with people who just like play with friends and have fun, and I can put my face in the corner, and people really enjoy that for some reason. I don't know why, but it's like that's like become like a selling point all on its own. Now people start complaining if it's not there.
Now stream
where's
with
the
face?
Yeah.
I don't know. They want to see your reactions when whatever happens.
But that's the thing. I'm a really boring person when it comes to reactions like that. Like I don't yell or scream or do anything really. I get sad when I'm not doing well.
You just get sad.
That's too bad, but next round is going to be better. So I don't feel like it's a very entertaining stream when it comes to just me playing, except if you like watching me fail at Counter-Strike, which I guess could be good fun.
You should get like someone from NIP to start coaching you and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
that'd be awesome. Everyone would watch that for sure.
But I'm like a typical Counter-Strike player. I like have like a really set mindset that it's not me who's like playing badly. like I know how to play and I play well, it's like usually my teammates that are either like have bad timing or I'm just really unfortunate. So I don't really need coaching. I'm just doing fine. It's mainly everyone else.
That is not like everyone thinks.
It is, isn't it? And I'm gonna jump on that as well.
I look Fnatic now 50%. So actually things are getting worse for them. It doesn't matter that Get Right joined their lineup. It's just getting worse for them. Nameless are on the up.
Oh man. I mean, hopefully any second now we are ready with it. But the E-bot is holding the game hostage. They're trying to reset everything. Is it gonna work?
We'll get there very shortly.
But you guys should definitely go on Twitter though, as it says on the bottom there. You can go and hashtag and vote for the different teams. You can also go and visit Dan and myself on Twitter. What's your Twitter?
DDK_.
DDK_.
Are we doing self-plugs now? I'm terrible at those. Are you going to plug? Yeah. It's like, this always happens. Like, I'll plug everyone else. I don't want to plug myself because I feel so full of shame.
Nobody cares anymore. Nobody cares anymore.
Yeah, it is pretty...
And I'm @NibAnders on Twitter, and I don't know, I tweet random stuff. But if you want to follow what's going on, that's a good place to do it.
Definitely. Like, I still do a lot of Quake stuff on my YouTube channel as well. I'm going to start delving into the Counter-Strike world.
You had like a down period when it came to doing stuff on the YouTube, but I've actually watched some of it. Like, I don't think it was like Quake related, but you did some videos about just like the mentality of competitive gaming and stuff like that. It's good fun. Yeah, you should actually go and watch that. It's definitely worth it.
It's 4K DDK because it's like I made my YouTube. I registered for YouTube and I couldn't get DDK. I can never get DDK. Obviously, it's just I can never get that. And so at the time I was in 4K and I was like, well, why not? You know. And then like I didn't realize that a few years later I'd like be making videos with it, and it was obviously like linked to all my Google.
Oh yeah, it's a pain changing stuff like that.
But now I'm uploading videos at 4K resolution, even though that's kind of pointless. And there you go.
Oh well, all right. 4K, why not?
That's my unique selling point. If you have like, if your wall is basically a monitor, then you'll want to watch my videos.
Yeah, you know, I have friends that are like even more geeky than I am, and they keep debating with themselves about whether or not they should invest into the 4K technology. But they keep telling me that 4K is just like a stepping stone to 8K. So they don't, they're being serious about it as well. Like they've really researched it. They're saying like they don't want to actually invest into the 4K because they're thinking 8K is going to come out in a few years. And they're really into it. But now,
awesome.
Oh my God, now something is actually happening. So
are we in?
Get back into it. Yeah, I think we are ready. Here it comes. Fnatic versus Nameless. First half coming up.
Okay, no one has money. It's okay. The rounds have been reset here, and Nameless are up. Okay, it's not live right now. All right. Okay, so they got to fix everything, I guess. So yeah. It's very confusing being a caster sometimes. When stuff like this happens, you're like, well, you know, things are happening and stuff, and there you go.
Yeah.
That's all you can say.
Great stuff.
Luckily,
it's Thursday, so, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. People can take the Friday off, watch Counter-Strike today instead.
Actually, by the way, like something that people can look out for in the future on my channel is actually I'm going to be doing some content with Threat, some specific stuff. Like
cool.
you know, I don't know if you said you've been on my YouTube here and there. Like I do like a series for Quake Live where it's basically just like Quake Live plays analysis stuff. I'm going to do like the same thing but with Threat.
Good. That's good. I mean,
for Counter-Strike because there's not much content out there like that, so I want to do that.
There's at least a lot of potential for it. I really feel like there is. So it's going to be good fun.
Yep.
Definitely will be. Now, and you know, we want Threat in general in Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I mean, he's had
a
really busy period with his exams and everything, so he's been kind of unavailable. But whilst we wait for this to happen as well, like I really want to encourage you guys to like check out the FACEIT platform again because a lot of people are starting to jump on there. We've had a lot of updates recently, of which you can find you know, changelogs and stuff on steamcommunity.com/faceit.com. All the updates and everything are on there. If you've like played before and you know you want to just update yourself on like what's new, because I know a lot of people tried it out and they're like, oh, this is pretty cool, and then they went back to something else. And you can update yourself, see what's going on, and get involved in more pickup games and stuff. And the leagues are doing really well also. Like the points cups and the leagues and tournaments are doing really, really well.
Yeah. And you know, for anyone watching maybe who doesn't really understand like what's the point, it's basically like a matchmaking system where you know you play on better servers that is in the actual matchmaking, so you get 128 tick. Doesn't actually cost you anything. You just have to sign up for it, and that's it. And you can win stuff as well. You know, you can win, different peripherals like mouse and keyboard and stuff like that with the points you make if you play the points cup. That is. So it's a pretty simple concept, but it works pretty well. So yeah, check it out definitely.
There are points cups all the time. You can win those points, and there's like a store. Like if you're wondering like what kind of stuff you can win. Like if you manage to get some points from the points cups, then you can go to the store and redeem those points for awesome gear from Razer and so on. So check it out and see if it interests you and enjoy. Because that's what it's there for. It's there for people to enjoy, and we're super open to feedback. So shoot feedback at us. But yeah, it's actually really interesting to see how it's developing, and I love the fact that the CS community is growing so much. Because
it is. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It reflects in obviously your numbers on FACEIT and just everywhere else. It seems huge influx of recent new players coming in, and that's really, really great. I'm still wondering like what the roof is for this kind of growth. You know, I have no idea. Are we going to end up at the end of this year with just a completely different scene? Are we going to have double or triple the players that we have now, or is it going to be more or less? I really don't know, but
it's so hard to tell. I mean, I guess a lot of it's up to how Valve handle a lot of things. So far, they're doing a really good job in encouraging growth. So hopefully, if they keep doing what they're doing, I mean. It probably is going to be like that, and that's like always a really weird thing to think about. Because I think in like the StarCraft community and like at the beginning, it was kind of a similar aspect because you had all the people who were like diehard StarCraft 2 fans, or rather StarCraft fans, and they jump over to the new game, and then all of a sudden, all this marketing comes in from Blizzard doing all this awesome work, and the small community that is Team Liquid suddenly has to accommodate like the old school people who always frequented it were like now 1% of the people that went on the site, and it's quite interesting how things grow and develop like that. So hopefully we have the same for CS.
Well, actually, I think we have like we're kind of fortunate in the sense that in Counter-Strike we have like a couple of different sites that are working quite hard to make things work. So like there's HLTV, which has like its own community and its own brand and its own thing going on. It's also Esports Heaven, which is the one that used to be catred.org, but now it's esportsheaven.com, I think. And then there's the subreddit. So we have like a little bit of everything, and there's a different flavor for everybody. And they also do like very different things. Like Esports Heaven is like a little bit more heavy on the articles and the in-depth stuff. HLTV.org, they do a lot of stats. They have obviously all the tournaments listed and stuff like that. And there's also a forum, and they also have coverage of events and stuff like live. Usually they're at the events covering it. And on the Reddit, it seems like there's a lot of reasonable discussion going on there, where you can actually like talk Counter-Strike with some other people that might want to do that. So, I think that we have like the best of almost all worlds there.
Yeah, it's definitely getting self-sustainable. It's like really working right now. I'm loving it, and and whilst you're talking, I wasn't really following what has actually been happening here on my screen, and. 62% for fnatic now. So people
is that because Get Right is seeing people changing their votes?
The Get Right effect.
The Get Right effect. Well,
let's see how high that goes.
Maybe it is. I think he's just joining now as well. So now they have 10 people on the server, and assuming eBot isn't still holding everyone hostage, we should be able to get on with the game very soon. That's really, really unfortunate. I'm sorry about this, guys, because obviously that's that nobody likes this kind of technical problem. But with a little bit of luck, it's going to work.
All right.
The money. Everyone's starting with 10,000.
All right. Okay.
All right.
We're live.
Good.
Okay. So we are 9-3 for Nameless right now. So and they're starting with 10K.
Yeah.
And Get Right's in the mix now, and we're back in.
Okay. Yes, 9-3 is what we agree on, and it's in favor of the French team here. They're on the terrorist side still. The first half of the game coming up. And as we saw before we restarted everything here, Kenny has had 18 kills, and he was wrecking pretty much the whole of fnatic, single-handedly. Very cool stuff coming out from him. And also Happy doing a good job. But now Get Right is in the mix. We'll have to see if he can make a difference and save fnatic, because they're far behind at this point.
They certainly are. And let's see, so far this round it is taking a very slow pace and a slow approach from Nameless as they just chill. They are chilling right now, keeping it real, holding down the lobby. And not really doing that much, just killing the time, but seeing if there's going to be any pokes from fnatic. fnatic, though, holding their ground. And there goes some flashes to slow any aggressive pushes there. Trying to just make sure that if they do run in, that they can't all do it together. And there is Devil, gets that one-on-one. Oh, unable to switch to just be in time to win the second, but he got DOP down to 5 health. So great work there. And now, I mean, DOP is just almost not an element.
There it is, Pronax peeking in at the right time. David is finally going to go down because you're right. Devil Walk had really softened it up, and there's Get Right taking on GMX, who was weirdly running back from the ramp room. I guess they have to go back and pick up the lobby or the bomb that's dropped in the lobby here. And Happy comes in, almost gets the kill on Pronax, but not quite. And now it's Kenny down to a 1-on-2.
Here, Get Right going to jump up into heaven there. And we have Kenny S just sitting over at ramp.
And time is running out. I just realized, I have no idea. But yeah, time goes out, so Kenny has to hide. As soon as Get Right is back, things change a little bit, even though he only got the 1 kill in. But still, maybe it's just like the effect of having Get Right in the game. They're so scared now that maybe they're going to be taking a little bit more cautiously than they should, perhaps. 9-4 here as a scoreline. 2 more rounds left in the half.
Certainly. Here we go. And I'm wondering what the outside push is going to look like, because that's where they found so much success before in Nameless. And will they go with that now? I kind of want to jump onto Kenny S to see what shenanigans he's up to. He's up to his usual tricks outside indeed. And he's going to make his way over with the tap, but Get Right puts the stop onto Kenny S. And that is so crucial. And Flusher, with the help of Get Right, takes down GMX. Their outside push completely demolished. And that is so important.
Oh, look at the wall back going out here. Great stuff coming out from Happy on the other side, and he will do a lot of damage to Get Right, but Get Right actually returning it just about as much. Look at this. Oh, he gets the shot right through. And there it is. The power of having Get Right on your lineup all of a sudden. This could really be a different match just because of him. I mean, it's enough for nothing that he was voted, or he ended up being the #1 player 2013, and he's already got the double kill. He keeps challenging. He doesn't care. And Pronax is waiting downstairs for the 1 kill, and there's going to be the double.
Amazing.
We're now looking at 5-9. It's a big change all of a sudden for fnatic here.
That 3 frag streak there from Get Right was so important, so crucial, and just so artfully done. I mean, he first of all took down Kenny S, who seemed unstoppable. There was no one else who was able to do anything like that. I mean, when they got their first 9 rounds on the outside, but Get Right just cast him aside and managed to get the frag onto GMX as well, then the wall bang as well. I mean, just such immaculate defense. And here comes, they're all lining up for Schneider, but Schneider only gets 1. 2 frags there for Nameless as they march on into upper. Kenny S going to take down Flusher. Get Right up on top of ladder. 2-on-2.
That grenade almost killed Kenny, but it wasn't enough. And now, you're right, back to a 2-on-2 situation here. Got Devil coming in from main, and Get Right is waiting upstairs. And all it comes down to is coordination and timing. There's this right through the smoke. Devil gets the kill. And now it's on Happy.
So well done then. Oh, Happy, good shot on to Get Right there. It's Devil Walk left though. The 1-on-1. Happy, the bomb is down. There's so much time. It's not even a factor. Here comes Devil Walk with that frag. Beautiful stuff. Happy. Couldn't even find him.
And that's the first half, 9-6. Big turnaround for fnatic. They're still far behind. The 9 rounds on Nameless is a very strong first half for the French team, but the second half here could be really interesting, especially if fnatic win the pistol round.
Oh yes, definitely. And I'm going to say I love that frag from Devil there. He's like listening for the sound on the pickup, and he knew where the bomb was from the radar. So he just, beautiful play there.
And we're waiting for the restart to be in effect. Hopefully this can happen anytime soon, and then we'll have the pistol round coming up. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome here to the FACEIT January Cup. We're at the semi-finals, so that means the next game up is going to be the finals, and that's going to be a best-of-3 game. That'll be very fun, and it's between the LGBSK mix, and whoever wins here.
Certainly. And that, I mean, I would love to see, I mean, it's always amazing to see Get Right play, because he's just, I mean, he's just so good. He won, you know, that award, basically, you know, the #1 spot on Best Player 2013 for a reason. But we're back in the game. Things are getting live. Boom, here we are. It is 9-6, the lead now for Nameless. And fnatic now playing the T half. They have Get Right in for JW. What can they do?
Well, I mean, before Get Right joined, Kenny S was tearing up fnatic. The question is, can he continue to do that now that he's up against Get Right? They're actually fighting outside right here. Kenny, no one going to get a kill just yet. Instead, it's Devil Walk pushing in with a Glock, getting the 1, going for a second one, and there it is. Going to be picking it up, and now Happy's out here fighting with the USPS, but this is looking like a terrorist round, and that might just buy fnatic back into the game here.
Great headshots there coming in from Happy and David P to try to bring this back. In goes David P from Hart, looking for the shots. Oh, there's Pronax going to find the frags though, both on him and Happy. So Pronax easily shutting down the last two players. And that's going to be pistol round. Very important, extremely important there for Fnatic.
Yes. Indeed it is. That's going to make it 9-7, and some sort of chance that they can come back into this. I mean, presumably, unless this armor buy from Nameless is going to win them the second round, it's probably going to be 9-9 before the French team can really buy anything here on the CT side. But let's see, Devil Walker's picked up a Mag 10 as well. I love that.
Certainly, here we go. They've been looking for those shots. Nothing there on ramp just yet. Flusher and his teammates pushing outside with Get Right in the lead over at Secret. And what are they going to do with these P250s? They're just trying to hold tight together, see what they can get. And, you know, it's of course going to be such a cautious play coming in from Fnatic. Do not want to give anything away. And here they go, two facing Get Right at once. Beautiful play there to take him down. And now Happy chiming in, beautiful. He was hiding, came out at the most opportune moment, and they have taken down two weaponed players, Get Right and Pronax.
Yeah, now, I mean, the fact that Delwalk now has a Mag 10 is a terrible thing, because he's up against armor, so that Mag 10 is going to do almost no damage. DMX coming up here, but he's going to get taken down by Flusher. They need this round, Fnatic. They cannot let it go. It's 4-on-3. There's only 40 seconds left on the clock as well. Uzi's waiting inside here. This is do or die time for the terrorist side.
Fnatic trying to work their way in, but they just can't quite do it. Every turn, bullets are flying straight into them, just putting the stop on their progress. And as you said, they've got to pick something and go for it. It looks like main and the upper side is going to be the choice there. I mean, trying to go for the revenge frag for Devil Walk, but it's just not going to happen right there. And looks as if Uzi's close on the site there. Schneider going to take him down. It's a great play there from Schneider, looking for the next frag. It's a 2-on-1 right now. No time left. They are playing for the time. Schneider, he can't do anything right now.
He's lost the round already. There's just no time for him. He has to just run away and save the P90. What a strange, and I mean, it's really cool by Nameless. The key thing that opened this up was how they realized the Get Right was right by main. And as soon as they start making a little bit of noise, that was Kenny making noise over by the window. Get Right, he turns to shoot here, and you see him actually turning around because he realizes they're going to push main. But because they double-teamed him, they took him down, and then it spiraled out of control from that point on. Now Nameless are right back in the driver's seat, and it's going to be a tough fight for Fnatic to have any say in the rest of this game.
Here they go, straight down ramp though, and right on in. And they don't get the frag. That's really painful. They really need to get at least one kill. But here they come in, jumping onto Kenny S. He sprays him down, but he needs to get the reload. David P work there as well. And it's so hard for Fnatic to gain any ground. They're finally down the ramp though, with 3 players left alive. They managed to take down David P, get Happy and Kenny S a little bit low. And Nameless have to go for a retake here on lower side, but the bomb is not down yet, so it's really going to be so tough for Fnatic. But Kenny S, look at this position here, such a strong spot. And really, Fnatic need to get a kill on the flank or something, and Kenny S, he's just too strong there.
Yeah, he's in the back, and he's been playing well in the first half, and they need him in the second half though as well. I mean, they are up against a strong team here in Nameless side, but it's looking good at the moment. 4-2, it's Get Right and Flusher left. And there's 35 seconds. Get Right going down, Flusher getting up the 1 kill. Still in a 1-on-3, and he doesn't have the bomb picked up either. This feels out of his league.
Let's see what he can do. He's looking for the kill onto the vents. He's taking so much damage. Just the aim punch there, the lack of armor really hurting him. And it's going to be another round there for Nameless. And that means Nameless are now 11-8.
Yeah. That is quite a powerful score early on here, and what we can expect from Fnatic is, I was going to say, they're going to buy in this round, and it makes a lot of sense for you, because they realize, if we look at the scoreboard for just a second, that there's not that much money on Nameless side. So for them to buy 3 AKs and 1 Galil, they're hoping to just, limit the economy early on and win because of a lot of ecos on Nameless side. But Kenny outside is going to put a stop to Pronax. I mean, it's hard. It's hard with Kenny just on fire like this.
I love what Schneider did there. He's like, he drops his weapon to his teammates, like, don't worry, I'm going to go for the AK, and just barely avoiding Kenny S's fatal AWP. And now Kenny S repositioned up top of ladder, and things are slowing down as they have to work with 4 men now. They move into lobby with a couple
As another tool on the side of a really good AWP player that can be annoying, it's like hitting shots and having good reaction times is important, but moving around like that so you never quite know where they are, even though they can guess where he is because they're so routined, just, you know, the difference of not knowing exactly where he is on the map could be really annoying. Yeah. But there we go, David P going to be going down. There's Schneider with the opening. Devil going to push around the corner here. That could be dangerous, but only going to take a quick peek and then he's going to fall back. There are 2 people waiting downstairs already for them here, though.
So Happy's in a really nice position right there. And let's see what Happy's going to be able to do with it. There he is, going for the spray down, takes down 2 players. Looks for Get Right, he gets the triple as well. There's Schneider who takes down Uzi. So it's 1-on-1 now. We have Schneider and Kenny S. Schneider's got the bomb, he's going to try to get the plant. He does go for the fake though. Is it going to draw out? Kenny S, it doesn't just yet, and now Kenny S is going to go out. There it is, but not quite quick enough, and oh, Schneider! Beautiful play from him in that round.
That's a quad kill for Schneider that round, and a hugely important round, absolutely is. That's going to bring it a little bit back, and I mean, I feel like still we're looking at Fnatic really close to being pushed off the edge here, but every time they get close enough, it feels like they manage to force Nameless to eco like now, and that brings it back a little bit in their favor. There's an opening for them here to bring it back. That's a very cool one-on-one there for Schneider, and it's surprising that Kenny wasn't able to win that. He should have probably been able to. P250s on everyone on the counter-terrorist side. They want to see if they can make these pistols work. And why not? They've been working so far, so there's no reason for them not to just continue to go for it.
Yeah, and Schneider making the jump up to silo there, but I think they know they heard that. They hit someone up on catwalking. Get Right. First man around. They smoked off main. And let's see if they can get around to ladder. Clearly their aim at this point. And there is Happy. Close with the pistol. Goes down. And they're just falling like flies now. Just 2 remaining. And should be an easy cleanup now for the rest of the Fnatic team to bring this to an 11-10 scoreline.
Not at all bad. Now it's David alone. And he's going to go down. Double kill from Get Right. And we're back with, what is it, like 9 to
11 to 10 right now.
It's 11 to 10?
Indeed.
Is it really? My math is so bad.
Nameless were 9-6, so they have 11. And so it's 9. Yeah, there you go. 11 to 9. There you go.
I thought so. I've given up at this point.
Yeah,
it's been so confusing.
It is quite. I mean, I think the viewers understand.
The viewers get it. At least they get to make fun of us. Kenny being tagged a little bit early on here. He has the AWP picked up as well. But Nameless need to win this round because otherwise they're going to be ecoing once again, and that's the only thing they really want to avoid at this point. I mean, they can afford to lose rounds as long as they can still buy afterwards, but that's not true right now. So they need to win a couple of rounds in a row and just shut Fnatic out, win the game right here. Don't give them an inch basically. Make sure they close out the game before Fnatic get any kind of momentum. And that's probably going to be their plan as well. Is that, yeah, so 1 person out in Garage and 1 person in Secret is a pretty cool strategy. But that leaves them a little bit vulnerable at ramp. It means there's only got 1 person covering in there. That's a big task for David to hold here.
Yeah, and they're not really getting too cute outside right now. I mean, there's actually 2 players in the, one in the Secret and one in the Garage area there, or is that also on the Secret also. So they have quite a strong presence there. And right now, it's really up to Fnatic.
Yeah.
To make this
30
move.
seconds on the clock. Look at that. And there's Kenny with the first shot on Pronax. And now the fact that they have so little time is going to come back to haunt them. That's going to be a big problem. DMX should wait up here because there's someone coming in main. I think that's Flusher coming in. David's going to pick down 1. And Flusher goes down to Uzi. Very important. There's Happy with the kill. Backstabbing Get Right. It's not every day you see that. And Devil Walk going to be taking down DMX. But it might be too late. He's going to get a great double kill in, but Kenny will drop him. And now it's going to be another round in favor of Nameless for a total of 12 here. It is looking pretty good for the French team. They're 4 rounds away from taking a victory and actually upsetting what I would have called probably the favorites to take this month's cup here. But
definitely, but Fnatic, they will Get Right. That means a lot, and they are able definitely to bring it back from this scoreline. And they have the AK loadout, and looks like I just want to check it's Get Right. So let's see what Get Right is able to do here. And the smoke is down to really help him maneuver himself. And he's going to make the peek around T-Red.
Yeah, the thing is he hurt him out there, so actually he's just going to be working around. Wow.
Beautiful stuff there from Get Right taking down 1 player, but the rest of his team has gone down. So it's all on Get Right at the moment. He's got to come out so massive in this round. And he's just looking for, I mean, they know his position. That is obvious right now. So and he knows they know his position. So what do you do in Get Right's scenario here?
Well, I think the really unfortunate thing for Get Right in this round is that he knew Kenny was out there. He heard the shot, so he could have got really close to him and then walked into Garage and taken him out. But his whole team died in the meantime, which is obviously a big problem. So instead of it being like potentially a good position, it just kind of falls out. And I mean, the best case scenario for him now is to get a lot of kills. I mean, basically win the 1-on-4 is what he needs to do.
Yeah, it's still 30 seconds on the clock, and you can see he is looking for some frags here. He's waiting for them to move on to his position, but they are retreating Get Right with a lot of respect. They're not hunting him down, they're letting him just kind of maneuver himself indeed.
And now it's too late though, 15 seconds, no longer doable. So now the best case scenario might be to save the AK and maybe do some economic damage to somebody here. If they come and challenge him, maybe get a kill or two in. But it won't even happen. Nice. GMX is going to find the headshot. And now we're looking at 13 rounds in total for Nameless. A pretty solid lead for them. They're on the more favored side as well. And actually, no plant that round either. fnatic running out of money as well here on the terrorist side. It's kind of really grim right now for the Swedish team. It's hard to see how they can make this comeback happen. Yeah,
it really is. I mean, but I have faith in them. They're just all the players there, so it can be so explosive. And you never know. And here they are going to try their luck here. Or out the door, one right down there, down the vent. They do manage to get one frag. They trade it for free though, and now it's just Get Right alive, and there's not much he's going to be able to do with this. Just running in there, trying to get a bit lucky. Nothing really happened for them. So now 5 rounds to 3 on this half, meaning I think that's like 9 for fnatic and 14 there. So things are looking really grim now for fnatic. But this is I guess the most important round for them now. Yeah, it is. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Still without a bomb plant means if they lose this round, they're gonna have to force for what might be the final one. Exactly. Nameless seconds away from actually winning on fnatic here against on Nuke as well. I mean, it's so crazy that we ended up playing Nuke in this best of 1 because there's every chance we could have ended up with Inferno or Dust 2 as we usually do, but it was actually Nameless that sort of forced this position. Like, they banned out all those maps. They wanted to play on a map that wasn't Inferno or Dust 2. So I'm very excited to see that they're also then doing so well on it. Oh, and Kenny, yes, with that double! Beautiful there. Flasher and Pronax going to get dropped. And that's the first time we've seen him go secret. Yeah. That's the first time, and they didn't suspect it. Schneider, angry, going to take down Happy, and Devil working the hut, but that double, that's really helpful. It's really rare you get to see that. Usually the double shot in Global Offensive just means you get the first kill and the second guy you tag down to 50-some HP. But, 2 kills in a single bullet there. Such a cool round from Kenny already. Now Get Right coming in. He's going to get the one person being boosted up. And are they going to hear the fact that the other guy ran towards the T vent? They should realize it, but there's so much smoke going on. They can't really make anything of it. And there it is. Schneider with the 1 kill. They're taking over this bomb site. Second headshot. Got to ring onto David. And now it's Kenny alone. 1-on-2 here. He's got the orb and he's in the lobby. This is going to be difficult for him. Really difficult. No grenades, no kit or anything. Yep. Kenny S going to make his way around here. Let's see what he can do with this. It's going to be so tough. He's got the AWP as well. It's like not the ideal weapon for this situation. And Get Right is going to drop him. So there you go. After such a start, I mean, look at this, the replay as well. I think, yeah, there it is. Just 1 bullet, 2 kills. Really not every day you see that. 5-4 in the second half brings us to an overall score of, what, 10-14, I think? Yep. Yeah, that's 10-14. That's what we're looking at. So 4 AKs, 1 Galil, a lot of M4s on the other team. Nobody really with that much money in this game so far, but it's a little bit more important for fnatic to keep winning this round, because otherwise Nameless is going to be on map point any second. Standard smoke going down into hut there makes life really difficult to peek out, to try to pick on main or pick through onto the upper side of the floor there. Nice little grenade going in from Pronax. Again, Get Right, the sole man working outside. In fact, he might have someone helping him from Silo here. So let's see what they can do outside. Yeah. This is what we're used to seeing Get Right do. Just, creep around, trying to see if he can make something happen. He's being boosted up, in fact, up on CCT main. So it's very interesting. Is he going to try and make another boost? No, he's just going to jump down onto main. Just wondering if they were going to get someone else up there to make the second boost. But he spots one, going to go for the kill with the AK, and actually, look at that. I mean, the spray is amazing. The spray from such range, it's absurd. And yeah, that's something to mention. Those ranges, controlling it is incredibly difficult. Yeah. And right now, that is such an important frag. And here they go into ramp. They mean business, but GMX with the flank is going to find Devilwalk. Pronax falling as well makes it just Get Right and Flusher left alive for Fnatic. And this could be the 15th round for Nameless if they just close this out now. Let's see how this goes. Is he there?
The time once again for Fnatic, they spent so much time just getting anywhere on the map that they can't win the rounds anymore. Even if they get the kill on GMX up in the ramp room there, it doesn't matter. They would have run out of time either way. And that's just, you know, this is just a misplay coming out from Fnatic, and it also kind of is a side effect of them, you know, not being with their full lineup and maybe being a little bit confused and frustrated as well. But here we go, what potentially could be the final round. Flusher has a scout. They have to force it here. Galil's and everything.
They certainly did, and if they manage to bring it back from this point, I'm going to be very shocked because of the way that Nameless have been playing is just so good and pretty consistent. Now they found their feet after all the delays and downtime, and there is an instant trade at Squeaky Door. That could be quite important and allow them to work on upper a little bit more, but they're actually going to regroup towards Radio, it seems, and Lobby in general. They have one player on the outside.
It's good as well because Happy and Kenny are kind of low on health and Get Right is still alive, so there might be a little bit of an opportunity for Fnatic to just prolong this game a little bit longer. But how is it going to fare out? 55 seconds. I really hope Fnatic aren't going to bring it down to 30 before they start pushing, because they've been doing that almost every round, and it's come back to bite them a number of rounds in a row where they've been forced to push so late that they can't really win the round anymore. There's GMX going down to Pronax, but David returns onto Schneider with a kill. Still back to a 3-on-3 now. 40 seconds on the clock. Now's the time to move, Fnatic. Can't wait any longer. It has to be before the clock strikes 30, basically. Come on.
And there goes Kenny. Yes! Great flick shot onto Get Right as he enters the bomb site, and now falling back 2 health. He's incredibly vulnerable to anything. Any amount of, like, any bullet will just kill him right now, and just a lick of nade damage, but here they go in. Wow! Happy.
There it is.
Happy's had enough.
Cold. Yeah, that's just, I don't know. Fnatic definitely not playing up to their usual standards today, but Nameless playing far and above what we could have expected. That was very, very cool. So there it is. GMX, Happy, Kenny, and the rest of the gang moving on to face LGB, SK Mix in the grand finals in a best of 3 as well. It's going to be a really interesting game.
Definitely, and I think that was like the award for the longest half, I think.
Something like that.
So we got there in the end, though, and as you said, we will go to that grand final next.
Yeah.
We'll take a very short break, of course, and then we'll be back with the grand final action here live on FACEIT TV. So stay